Hi, I'm in the Mines of Nurga, 39 necromancer. Forgot to turn role-playing off. No one really ever comes here, as you can see. That is the entryway up there. This waterfall here is from the, I guess, exit tunnel where I'm going to be camping. And this is how you get down into the zone. If you are a shaman or have shrink potions, you could do a double shrink and swim up the waterfall. Everyone else, unless you want to burn a couple of shrink pots, has to jump down here. Nothing sees invis, so it's fairly safe zone. I say that as I put steel skin on. I've been here since 35, I think, on this character. I've also leveled a shaman in here from 36 to 40. Apparently with Spirit of Wolf you have to watch your step, because normally you land right here, but apparently I decided to jump a little too far and I got hurt a bit. Again, nothing sees invis, so you're safe to wander around. There's two kinds of Shadow Knights in here. They're Moss Troopers, and the other one is like Stalagnite or something. Rock Channers are Clerics, Blight Colors are Shaman, and Necromancers are Bone Charmer. I don't think there's any pathing mobs also in this zone, so it's really safe. I think a Dirt Color is a mage. Whipcracker is a warrior. The wiki is also slightly wrong. Well, more than slightly. None of these goblins show up on the wiki in this zone. They're all in Temple of Droga for some reason. You can walk across this way, but the other side, there's like a fallout here, so you're going to fall on the ground. Slinkers are rogues. There are 3 statics in here. Fired, I think these are wizards. Fired Drowser, something. You have to forgive the mic hissing sound. I talk really quiet, so I had to crank the boost on it up pretty high. There's one here, one here. Everything is a single pull except for these 2 right here. And over here is the drop down to that first area when I started the video, and that's where you can go to get out of the zone. I just totally messed my screen up. There's another waterfall going up here. I'm not sure if even a pocket shaman can swim up there, but I don't think there's anything up there. It's a nice safe spot to AFK. Because even if someone's training the zone, everything's going to run through here and down here. There's nothing over here. I just realized a little bit earlier that I've been kind of doing this all backwards. Normally I would you stand right on this rock here, even though it doesn't look like it, you have line of sight for this one. And I usually would, if I was on my shaman, root it, pull this one around the corner, and then just burn it down, then log out. And on the necro, just use Screaming Terror, pull this one back, feign death, and then just burn it down. But it actually makes so much more sense. I would just do that so I'd have room to fear kite. It makes so much more sense to start with this mob here and pull it down maybe to right around here and then clear that way. I keep getting my mouse all tangled up and everything, and it's just screwing with my window size. I set push to talk to like Shift Q or something. Maybe that's messing everything up. Anyway, I'll get started. It's about 20 minutes and 30-second respawns. From 35 to 39, you could probably do this at 34. Resist, you might get a few darkness resists. Completely lost my train of thought. From 35 to 39, I was killing the 4, the 2 up top, the 2 in the middle, and maybe 1 down towards the bottom as mana permitted. Now I'm usually pulling about, I think, the 2 top, the 2 in the middle, and like 2 at the bottom. Experience here is not that great. That's probably why no one ever comes here. It's currently an XP weekend bonus for Labor Day, so I think I started here. I've got like 3 levels, I think, now. Started at 36 on Saturday. It's a necromancer, though. I mean, everyone knows the drill. Usually when I'm breaking, I'll dispel, but don't really feel like it. And I am not an Ixar, so I use Vampiric Curse pretty much every mob. You have to forgive the clicky. That's all I got. Prior to, damn, that pet is messing them up. Prior to using the 34 pet, you'd kind of have to watch out. Because the harm touchers will, do quite a bit of damage. And I'd usually have to fear twice, but this pet, 39 damage, he is just messing those up. I don't know if it's just me, but there's a weird thing with fear wearing off. If you're too close to the mob, even if it's snared, if you're too close, it'll like turn around and smack you once. I'm not sure if it's supposed to do that or not. As far as drops go, you get fine steel all the time, salts for the quest turn-ins. No skins drop in this zone as far as I know. I've been here for quite a while and on my shaman too, and no skins ever drop. So that is a cleric I'm going to dispel. I only have the cancel magic, so I don't even know if it works, but they have, you know, buffs, which are annoying. Another nice thing with the 39 pet is I can pretty much cast all my dots first, and he'll hold threat. The lower level pet, usually I'd have to darkness then fear right away, lest my pet get wrecked, and because I would pull threat anyway. But now I can boiling blood, prepare curse, darkness, and then fear, and usually still is just a baller. They also regen really fast. Before that, the pet's kinda, I'd have to use Shadow Compact a lot. I try and stay out of line of sight, just because I'm worried they're gonna start healing. I know on my shaman, when I did this, you'd kind of park it around a corner and root it, and as long as it didn't have line of sight, these clerics wouldn't heal themselves. They just sit there dying. But as soon as you got around the corner to like reroute, or as soon as it saw you again, it would start immediately healing. Nothing like a sewed skeleton. Or sow for you heathens. Usually after the first couple runs of this, it gets less mana intensive. I'm not really sure why. It just seems like after the first couple, maybe it's the buffs that all the mobs have, making it a little harder to kill everything. See, now that I've line of sight still, if fear were to drop, he would kind of turn and start casting on me one final time. So I always try and get around the corner first. You have to forgive me, I really don't know what I'm doing on a necro, so I'm sure someone's probably screaming at their screen. Well, I doubt anyone's going to watch this, but if they did. I have been here again since 36, so pretty much 4 or 5 hours over each day this weekend, and I've got 17 salts. Fairly common drop, I guess, though not super common. Usually I'll have words by now. It's kind of weird. Or ruins or something. This is a shaman, so he's probably, you know, got all the buffs. Haste, hit points from the cleric, Spirit of Wolf. You kind of have to be careful with fear here because he might run down out that way. As far as spells, I just use Vampiric Curse, Spoil Blood, and Dooming Darkness. I know I have Venom of the Snake, which is... it's not as strong as Boil Blood, it's just faster. But even these seem kind of overkill. I mean, this mob's almost already dead. It's probably my pet, though. He's hitting for 39. It all got easier with the 39 pet, that's for sure. I know on my shaman I root rotted all these. I didn't have very good gear. And I think I used Venom of the Snake and Scourge. Though now that I think about it, I think at first it was Envenom Bolt, and then like 2 Envenom Bolts and a Scourge on the shaman. I think shaman get this at 39, or maybe it's Envenom Bolt at 39, I'm not sure. It's either 2 of these and a Scourge on the shaman, and that would pretty much kill any of these, or 1 of these and Scourge. It's one of those 2, I don't know. Still have 11 minutes left on the timer, so I can go kill a couple more. So yeah, again, it's a speed weekend, so it's not terrible at the moment, but normally this zone has a, like, same as outdoor, so it's bare minimum 75%. Or the Zem says 75, but I think that turns out to be just standard, flat, normal XP. I could be wrong. I was going to pull with Vampiric Curse, but that's a mage, so he's probably got a damage shield. It's probably good practice for me to remove those, so Jabarn here doesn't get wrecked. I'm not using like the pet buff because it's 200 mana and seems unnecessary. That was not very nice. Kind of messed that up. I should have stayed. Well, no, I think I feigned death after he started casting that second one. You feel your skin ignite. Sorry for the noise. You also get this item, which is part of the one of the quests for the ring, I think, that later turns into that really cool shoulder item with the regen that I want. I've seen like 4 or 5 of them drop off these goblins. Yeah, that's basically it. Just rinse and repeat. If you need to AFK, there's the spot. Actually, I'll go back there because I got AFK anyway. Which is why I like this camp. Because no one ever comes here except for when they're doing the monk epic thing. I think I saw a trio here one time when I was on my shaman. They were, I think, killing the spiders deeper in the zone. And then one time I saw like a gnome mage down here. It's probably a good spot for like a, I'd say at least 39 mage because of the casters. But there's so many single pulls in here and there's no pathing mobs and nothing sees invis. So it'd probably be a good place for a mage. You just have to deal with the kind of mediocre experience. But every time you log on, it's pretty much your zone because no one's really ever here. I'll probably stay here till, I'll see how the XP is at 40. I think I'll go to Crystal Caverns and do like the slags there, maybe. Though those are camped a little bit more. I was gonna go into Droga, but they were there earlier too. I was talking to this necro here. I don't think he's doing, like, there's people AoE farming in here. And he was saying they pretty much pull the whole zone. So my idea of getting a whole bunch of faction for the Chardock thing might not pan out. Because I figured I could move in there next to XP. And the wiki says you need like 300 and something faction hits to get to like dubious or something. And these mobs here give 1 each. So I believe I need to kill like 300 of them, at least, bare minimum, if I've never killed a Sarnak before. to get the faction enough to where I could like start doing like the ring quest or whatever. But I'm in a dead guild and no interest in joining another one, so that'll probably never happen anyway. So yeah. Hopefully the audio on this is better than the other video I haven't even released. I don't even know if I'll release this one. I'm not really a fan of my own voice and how I talk, so I'll listen to this about 15 times and see if I want to upload it so that maybe 1 or 2 other people will see it later.